Good morning, afternoon, or evening. The thing is, time doesn't matter in here. My name is Gabriel Ruiz Miller, and my professional orientation program is engineering. According to Merriam-Webster.com, engineering is the application of science and mathematics by which the properties of matter and the sources of energy in nature are made useful to people. And the branch of engineering that really interests me is bioengineering, which is the application of biological techniques such as genetic recombination to create modified versions of organisms. Well, here we'll be taking that part. As many of us already know, it's quite common to see this discipline implemented in movies as an excuse to modify the genes of certain species which provide them with an original plot. For example, Michael Crichton's creation Jurassic Park, where genetic manipulation is utilized to alter the genes of modern animals, more specifically frogs for some reason, to return dinosaurs to life. This is where our ethical dilemma comes in. Should gene manipulative bioscientists listen to public criticism about creating or bringing to life animal species? Well, the answer can really vary, depending on the purpose that they want to give to those experimentations, either be natural preservation, environmental development, or in the worst case, greed. This was actually a very interesting topic for me to talk about, since although we can't currently bring extinct animals back to life, we could technically modify current ones to assimilate them to their predecessors. American professor and paleontologist Jack Horner has dreamed since his childhood to bring dinosaurs back to life, and although it is practically impossible to find DNA from these creatures while still preserved, it is possible to activate atavism, that he defines it as the activation of primitive characteristics of a species based on its development as an embryo. In short, we could return the dinosaurs thanks to their descendants, the chickens. But we don't have to.
So the non-avian dinosaurs are the big clunky ones that went extinct. Avian dinosaurs are our modern birds. So we don't have to make a dinosaur. So I already have them.
And this is where perspectives of the communities get divided. On the one hand, there is a community that tends to think, like Jack Horner, that genetic modification could benefit the scientific community, giving us new learning principles, and even for preschool children, we're teaching towards biological evolution of animal species. Or even tackling and defeating diseases, getting rid of all illnesses in young and unborn children, create new kinds of foods, and many more infinite amounts of opportunities to make Earth a better place. And in the other hand, according to Christian ethicist Robert Paul Ramsey from Mississippi in the 20th century,
human beings are playing a role that is reserved for somebody much greater. Men are playing God when they should not be.
So there is a side of the community where people think we are doing, and shouldn't be doing, God's job as manipulate nature, deciding a species or a human being's life cycle, create or disable a species' capabilities and weaknesses, sex selection, flirting with the unknown, and many more aspects that these people believe we can achieve, but that we wouldn't have sufficient control over bad outcomes. And even American people doesn't seem interested in the de-extinction. According to Troy Lacey's article on Answers in Genetics, 2/3 of the people did not view using genetic engineering to bring back extinct animals as positive. But one question I ask myself is, how does genetic manipulation affect our environment? Well, in a local environment, transgenic escape in particular has the potential to impact the natural landscape by altering its composition and consequently affecting local cultures. A loss of culturally important species could occur as a result of increased competition between modified and non-modified organisms. In a global environment, the major anticipated environmental problem arising from genetically modified animals is their possible escape. The risks are considerably different according to the species and the transgene, since moreover, most of the transgenes have been chosen to improve life in herds, not in the wild. The decision to breed a new line of genetically modified animal will take into account its possible impact on the environment.